Ooh, scary. Hi everyone, it's Stephen here for Bland Designs, and this is vlog number 38 on Monday, October the 2nd, 2017. Hope you had a good weekend. We had a fairly interesting weekend. This was the first weekend of Walter's retirement. Technically, he's not retired yet. He is on extended vacation. He's using up his vacation time to fill in the gap between his actual retirement date and using up the vacation time. So anyways, for all intents and purposes, he is retired. So, and what's he doing? His first day of retirement when he doesn't have to get up out of bed to go to work? He's in bed. Yep, I knew he would be. Okay, so let's move on and let's see what I've been up to this week. Okay, I did a Halloween canvas. I showed that in a live video, and I've made a video about that as well. It's fairly lengthy, but it's all done pretty much, well, it's not all done in real time, but instead of fast forwarding it, speeding it up, I let it roll as I did it so you could see the process and could see my big mistake and how I hid the big mistake. So the link to that video, the Halloween mixed media canvas, is listed below. So check it out. I also made some mini treat bags, and I put that on one of my live productions last week and showed those, and that was for the ladies that come to my class. That was on Sunday, my art journal class. That was art journal class number 11. And further on in my vlog today, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that and show you a clip of that as well. And let's see. Oh, my recycled napkins. I've got a video about that. I tried a new product called Tulip Color Spray, and I'm going to talk more about that when I get into the new product segment. Right now I can't show you that napkin because it's in the laundry, because you're supposed to wash it 72 hours. Well, you can't wash it until 72 hours after you've applied this spray. So I did that like last Thursday, so it's been well over 72 hours. It's in the wash. We'll see how this works out. What I'm trying to do is rejuvenate old, clean but stained white napkins, make them into something a little more colorful. So I'm trying different methods, and I've got another method I want to try that someone suggested this week, that I use this additive you can put in with acrylic paint, and your acrylic paint becomes a fabric paint. Actually, I had forgotten all about that. I have some of that that stuff that you mix into the acrylic paint, and I did try it very briefly once a few months ago, and it seemed to work fine on what I was doing then. So I think I'm going to try it again, and maybe this time I'm going to do some stamping with my Art Foamy stamps using this acrylic paint mixed with the fabric solution as well. So we'll see how that works out as well. And what else? Oh yeah, art journal pages. As I said, I did a class on the weekend, and the class was about how to create a junk journal. And this, of course, is my junk journal, and you've seen it before. And I have a couple of videos on my channel about making junk journals. And so I did a page in my junk journal while they were working as well. And this comes from Graphic 45. You know, I love Graphic 45 papers, but I was buying all kinds of pads and the complete, like the collector's edition. So you got the wood pieces and the stickers and the whole bit in the kit. I've kind of stopped buying the Graphic 45 simply not because I don't like it anymore. It's because I like it too much and I'm not using it up. So I decided, I was in a Halloween sort of mood. I had this one stash about Alice in Wonderland from Graphic 45, and this was the spread that I created in my junk journal. It's just a question of using up all those embellishments and things. I would never use these all up in 100 years. And then the main page that I did, and keeping with my collaging that I'm really getting into, I did this Halloween spread. Now Halloween, as you know, to me is not a biggie. I don't do a lot of things for Halloween in terms of, you know, decorating and that kind of stuff. Although this year I've got a brand new pumpkin that makes scary sounds. It sits outside and it's motion activated. So I'm going to put that out. But that's about the extent of my decorating for Halloween. But I did this page with a bunch of different pieces that I had the Cricut maker cut out for me. I found some online. Some are Mike Deacon's, some are from other stashes, and just put them all together, and I think the page turned out pretty nice. Okay, I do not have a video about making this page because I did this during my class the other day. All right, so that's what I've been up to in the last week. And so what's next? Well, let's check out, speaking of the Cricut, let's check out another Cricut dedicated YouTube channel. This is Carol's Cricut Crafts. I have heard her mentioned before by other Cricut YouTubers as well, so I thought I'd check her out, and well, here's my review. This week's YouTube channel is Carol's Cricut Crafts. Carol is part of that group that really focus on Cricut products such as Melody Lane, Tanner Bell, and Ken's Creations. What I like about Carol's videos on YouTube are that they're very clear, very concise. She gets right down to the point. Her instructions are very clear. Her visuals are very clear. Everything about it is very clear. Now, if you don't own a Cricut, but you're thinking of buying one, I strongly suggest you go to Carol's Cricut Crafts channel and check out her various videos about what the Cricut can do. And I think you'll be sold on getting yourself a Cricut machine. But I could be biased about that. So that's Carol's Cricut Crafts. Do check it out. So you will find the link to Carol's YouTube channel listed below, as well as a link for the mixed media canvas. As I mentioned, I have a link to a short live broadcast I did last week showing the Halloween canvas and the mini treat bags I made for the people that were attending my class. And I have a new video, a new crap video, crap number 16, for recycled napkins using Tulip color spray, which is the color spray I was talking about a few moments ago. And if you're new to my vlogs, or if you're new to my channel and you don't know what a crap video is, crap stands for creative relaxation and play. And this is number 16, and this is where I usually try out a new product that I've got my hands on or a new technique, and I have no idea whether the end result is going to be really nice and awesome or is going to be a piece of crap. So you can check that out in the links below. I also have a link for our latest live broadcast that we did this past Friday night, and it's a lengthy one. It's about an hour and a half long. That's what the live broadcasts with Walter and I together seem to be running. This time we took you on a tour of our house and a tour of Walter's stained glass, because he does do stained glass. And we talk about some more, or we answer some more questions, and I get, I'm trying to build different segments into the Stephen and Walter live broadcasts. Kind of like I do with these vlogs. I have several different segments, which I'm sure you're aware of if you've been watching me on a regular basis. So that's what I want to do with the Stephen and Walter Live. But these segments are going to look beyond crafting and art. For example, I have a segment now that what are we watching on YouTube, on TV, at the movies, and talk a little bit about that kind of stuff, little mini reviews of what we're watching. And more questions and answers. And then I put in a little bit of a more serious topic as well, because I'd hinted at that there were some problems for me with my religious background, what that is. And I'd mentioned that in the first live broadcast, so I thought I would elaborate on it. So I do as well. Anyways, it's also a little special segment because it was Walter's last day at work on Friday. So I got him a little hat, actually a tiara, and I made him wear it. So that in itself is worth viewing, the broadcast, the rebroadcast, whatever. Okay, so that's on there. And then I've put a link to someone I just heard about on Friday on Barb Owen's live YouTube presentation. She had a guest on, and this guest name is Kiala Givehand. And she's a self-proclaimed book artist. She's a poet, she's a writer, all kinds of different things. But she's got a set of inspiration cards you can buy. I guess she first did this set a few years ago, sold out, and now this is the revamped deck of cards. And there's 90 cards in the deck, and each one gives you an idea of what you can do on an art journal page. And the idea is you can use them as inspiration, or you can like pick 5 cards out of the deck at random and use those to build your page, whatever. I thought they might be a fun idea to use in one of my art journal classes as well as inspiration. So I've ordered a set of these cards. They're not particularly cheap, not when you figure in the shipping and the exchange rate, because they do come from the States. I think they were $28 for the deck, and it was about another 16 something for shipping. So overall, with the exchange, these little suckers are costing me about 50 bucks. So I hope they are good. Bit of an investment here. However, they do look good. Now this is a pre-order. She's not shipping them out until about November. So once I get them, I'll share them with you and show you what they're all about. But I put a link to this lady's online store. But there's also, once you get there, check out links to her YouTube channel and to some other things. She's got some interesting online courses as well. So you might want to look at that. She's an interesting person. Okay, so what's pissing me off this week? Fat. Fat after 60. Okay. Now I'm not saying that I'm fat when I suddenly went fat at 60. No. I have put on some extra weight. I've struggled with this all of my life. I mean, I've never been an extremely heavy person, but I'm certainly never been svelte. Okay? Would like to have been, but haven't been. But what I'm finding now is, and the reason this has come up right now is, okay, on, I think it was Thursday, I got a craving for cookies. I do not keep cookies in the house for a good reason. I'll eat them. I try to keep anything that's sweet to a bare minimum in the house because I will eat it. And I'm a glutton for punishment because I can't just eat one little chocolate bar, like those little mini ones. No. I could eat them by the handful, and that's not good. Okay? Now, I do exercise regularly. In fact, every morning, 5 days a week, I skip the weekends, I get on my treadmill. I walk. I do not run on the treadmill. I'm not a runner, but I've always been a walker. And I walk very fast. I walk 3.5 kilometers per hour. And I'm on that treadmill for about 64 minutes, 5 days a week. And I burn off, because it counts your calories, I burn off about 800 calories in each session. So what I try to do during the day is try to keep in the back of my mind that I shouldn't probably have any more than 2,200 calories a day. I've used an app on my phone to keep track of this, and that does work. It does work, but then after a while, you're constantly entering things into it, and that gets to be a pain. But I try in my head to keep, in mind, okay, I can technically take in then, if I burned 800 calories, I can take it 3,000, but if you have one hamburger, that's going to be 3,000. I like the fact that we have the law now here in Canada that restaurants have to post their caloric rates on all of their foods. That is great, because when you see that one item up there is about 500 and some odd calories, and then another item is like 1,000 calories, you start to, well, do I really want that cheeseburger as opposed to that salad? It makes you think, okay, with it. And that's the idea behind it. But it doesn't matter how much physical activity I get. It doesn't matter how well I watch my calories. And I pigged out, like I said on Thursday, I went to the local bakery and I bought some cookies. But I couldn't just buy one kind of cookies. I got some oatmeal raisin cookies, then I got some date turnovers, and then I got a half dozen butter tarts. Butter tarts they're more than a guilty pleasure for me. They are like a food group for me. I could just bury myself in a barrel full of buttered tarts and just eat my way to the top. I could. In fact, I consider myself a connoisseur of butter tarts. I am constantly on the hunt for the ideal butter tart. I mean, some will have the proper filling, but the pastry will suck. Some will have wonderful pastry, but the filling will suck. And there's, I don't like biting into a butter tart that's gone to sugar, okay? Because that means they've used too much sugar in it, or it's been sitting around too long and starting to crystallize. No, that's disgusting. I hate a soggy pastry. I hate a crumbly pastry that when you bite into that butter tart, it goes everywhere. You're got dripping down your hands. I don't like fillings. I like them slightly runny, but not so runny that as soon as you bite into it, it runs down your arm and you're stuck there and 1,000 bees are about to attack you. Don't eat butter tarts outside. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So I'm really picky about them, but my problem is I love them. And I just can't eat one. I get a half a dozen of them. I try to spread it out over a week. I'll only have one butter tart a day. Yeah, how's that working out for me? Not. So I don't keep those things in the house, but every now and then I go on a bender and I have to have them. Well, that's what happened on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was never too far away from a butter tart, a cookie, or a turnover. On top of that, this weekend we actually had kind of heavy meals. I had done some pasta. Been trying to watch the carbohydrates a little bit because we like bread. Who doesn't? And we were eating that at every meal, so we've cut that out. But on the weekends, we kind of overindulge. We overindulge on comfort foods. Walter made lasagna last night for dinner. I love lasagna. Who doesn't love lasagna? Really? But lasagna doesn't love me because it just goes right to my hips and every other part of my body. So this weekend was kind of heavy on the food. And that's why I think this morning I'm feeling a little sluggish, and a little guilty that I had all this stuff. Do I get on the scales? No. Do not get on the scales. I measure my weight by how my clothes feel. I know what my waist is. As soon as my pants start to get tight, I know, ooh, okay. You can't put that much. There's an expression, don't take offense to it, but a woman told me this once. It's like putting 3 pounds of shit into a 2-pound bag to kind of describe how you might feel when you're a little overweight. So, yeah, it's always been something that's on the back of my mind. I hate walking downtown, going past and see your reflection in a shop window. You don't want to look at that because you're hoping you're going to see a reflection that goes like this, not a reflection that goes like this. Unfortunately, that's how my reflection goes these days. Now, if you sit up, suck it all in, but you can only do that for so long. So anyways, at 60, you have no metabolism. Actually, I think my metabolism stopped sometime during my 40s. With it. You can do all this exercise, you watch what you eat, but for me anyways, I'll probably gain weight when I do that. It is the weirdest thing. Now, some people say, yeah, you get to a certain age, who cares? It's not like you're 20 years old again. It's not like you're going to turn a lot of heads out there, because you're looking like really hot. I think it's really sad when a man my age tries to look like someone in their 20s because it never works. It never works. Because other things I have found is that your skin doesn't bounce back much anymore. It gets loose. And, moisturizer is your best friend. I highly recommend it. But it's the aging process. So, what can you do? Just say, the hell with it, I'm old, let me eat whatever I want to eat. But then you can't get off the bloody couch. So, because there's too much of you to get off the couch. It drives me nuts. So what am I pissed off about when it comes to this kind of thing? I'm pissed off that my body won't burn off what it used to burn off. I'm pissed off that I cannot enjoy those little sugary pleasures in my life without feeling guilty. Yes, It's all in my mind. However, it is still there. So I guess I'm just going to continue to sneak it, bitch about it, and then run like hell. Well, not run. I don't run on the treadmill. Walk as fast as I possibly can on the treadmill to burn it off. Now, having said that, next week we're going to London. And when I travel, I don't watch my food. In fact, one of the things I love about traveling is food. And, you know, lunches, dinners, snacks, all kinds of stuff like that. So they'll probably be rolling me off the plane after a week. When I come home, I'm going to be a giant beach ball, no doubt. I'll just tell people I'm pregnant and the baby's due any day now. So, what am I pissed off at? Metabolism and my craving for sweets. Okay, maybe that one's not quite as political, but I think we all struggle with it. All right, moving on. Okay, so product reviews this week, some new things. I've already mentioned this Tulip color spray. They look like little spray cans of paint. I got them at Michael's. They're expensive. Use a coupon. And that's what I was using to try and using a stencil to put a pattern onto a recycled white napkin. And it works not too badly. It's just that's a very expensive product, and there's not a lot. I mean, there were 5 cans in this set, and you know, they put them all together as sets. So you're forced to buy, you know, I liked the set that had the blues in it, it's called Coastal, so I only bought that one. But really, you'd probably end up buying all the other sets too, and that's very pricey, and they only hold 1.5 ounces in each one, so you're not going to get a lot out of them. So the person who suggested putting this medium, this fabric medium, in with acrylic paint to make it into a fabric paint, I think that'll be a lot more economical. And I forgot, as I said, that I even had this stuff. I've got it. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to use it. I'll make a video and you can see how it works out. I've already mentioned the Mixed Media Inspiration deck by Kiala Givehand that I've ordered. And it's going to be a while before I get it. So when I do, I'll share that with you. But I did get some new Tim Holtz stencils on the weekend. He's released a whole bunch of new ones, and I have all of his stencils. And I'm still waiting for a few others, but here they are. Now, hard to show on here, but there's one called Starry Night. So you can see like that. And Tinsel. And I think this is Peppermint. And this one's with the trees, Pines. They'll make great backgrounds. This is the one I'm most excited about, Plaid. I think that's going to make some really cool backgrounds. And one that says Merry Christmas, which has the word Merry Christmas all over it. And then I bought a set of the minis. So those last 3 are all in these mini ones because these fit exactly Tim Holtz's tag die. So I thought I'd give them a try. I've never been interested in getting them in the smaller size before, but I thought, well, I'll try it and see. So those are the new things that I've gotten this week. So let me have a little coffee. And now let's talk about some inspirational ideas from my list of things that I gleaned from YouTube videos. I've already talked about one, recycling the old napkins using acrylic paints. And I've talked about the spray, and that I'm talking about the next thing I'm going to try. So this is a way, if you've got some old cloth napkins that are in good shape, but you know, just over time you can get those tomato stains out of them and whatnot, this might be a way to rejuvenate them. That's what I'm trying anyways, because, and I'm sure you've heard me say this on one of my other videos, buying new napkins are actually quite pricey. So, you know, this might be a way to freshen up your collection. Mixed media art bags for parties or special dinners or get-togethers. So I did the mixed media Halloween treat bag. And way back, you saw some larger shopping bags that I had done. But I'm thinking, you know, these little bags, especially with Christmas coming, you know, probably sooner than we want it to, these would make nice little party favors, nice little place settings for a table. You know, they're easy to make. You just pull stuff out of your stash that's laying around. The paper bags are cheap. I bought, I think I got 25 little paper bags for $1.25 at the Dollarama. So, you know, they're not expensive. They don't take any time to make, really. You're just throwing these things down on with a little glue, and people seem to like them. You can make them as fancy as you want to make them, but they're fun with that. In fact, I told the ladies at my class the other day when I gave them all the bags that what they could do is they could actually cut the panel that I had made on the front of the bag off, and they could actually use it as a collage element in something they're working on as well. So in a sense, it's just a gift that keeps on giving. And what else? Okay, I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos. Scratch paper that you use, like you lay it down on your table if you're doing some color spraying or some stencil work or something like that, just to protect your tabletop. Don't throw it away. Add more elements to it, and you'll end up making some background paper. That's one of the best things to do with the scratch paper. I've got a piece laying over off to the side that was left over from when I was spraying the napkins with the Tulip spray, and I actually cleaned my stencils off on them by turning them upside down and pressing them into it like a stamp. And now that impression's on there, and it's looking kind of cool. So I'm just going to add some other random elements and things like that. And I'm just going to keep these, and when I need some background papers for a card or for an art journal layout or a scrapbook page, I've got these that I can go to and cut up or rip up or whatever with it. So waste not, want not. Okay, so the big news of the week, and if you caught our live broadcast on Friday night, is that Walter's now officially retired. Well, given the fact that he's taking extended holidays to it, but same difference, okay? So Walter's all retired, and now comes the life change. Let's see. I know what I went through emotionally and mentally in my first year of retirement. And to be honest, it took a couple of years, really, to get myself into the groove of retirement. So we'll see how this works with him. He's got lots of plans, he says, of things he wants to do. I don't want to become the nagging housewife. You know, the honey-do list. No, I don't have a honey-do list. So whatever he wants to do. There's a change now in my life as well, because now that means he'll be home all the time. And, you know, we've been together for 34 years. Not really a problem. But, you know, you get a break when you used to have to go to a job or something like that. So we'll see. Of course, mind you, I'm involved in several things he's not involved in, so that take me out of the house. So we'll see. We'll see how that all works. So stay tuned. I'll keep you abreast of all of that. Okay, so events in the past week. I think I mentioned to you I've had an interview, discussion, signed a contract. Now I'm going to be teaching some classes at Gallery 67, which is the Oshawa Arts Association group. I am now a member of that group, and I'm teaching 3 beginner art journaling workshops. They're a series, actually, 101, 102, and 103, for 3 days in November. They're each a week apart. From that, so we'll see if we get anybody for those or what. So that's exciting. And of course, I had my monthly art journal class at Class Act on Sunday, and we've extended now. I have an afternoon session, and now I've added a morning session. I only had 2 people in the morning session. It was full in the afternoon, so we're still playing with whether or not I am going to have a morning session each time I do these. It makes it for a long day. I mean, I'm at the store to set up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're not done until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's a pleasant day, you know, because I teach, and then we all work on our art journals and whatever projects we're working on, so it's kind of nice to do that, and it's somewhat social as well. So that's okay. It's just though it seems like a lot of setup for 2 people. So we have opened up a morning class for my next one in November, but the stipulation is in order for that to actually run, we need 4 people minimum to sign up for that time slot. Already have 2, so if we get 2 more, then I'll run the morning one. Now, if I don't, then I think that'll be the end of running 2 sessions. It'll be just in the afternoon, and that's it. See, the problem is, I can only handle, in the space that we have in the store for the classroom, only 10 people. We just physically don't have the space to handle more than that at a time. So that's why it was selling out very quickly. So that's why we opened up a morning session as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But now I'm just going to insert a really short little segment here, a little clip that I made on Sunday of my ladies at work on their art. So this is the monthly art journaling class, and today we are doing junk journals. So we have Linda working on hers. Looks very nice. That looks very nice too. Linda. There you go. Wave again.
Waving,
it looks very pretty. Everybody's working hard at it. So we're here at Class Act, so we run this the first Sunday of every month, so check it out if you're in the area. You're more than welcome to come. See how enthused they are? Look at that, look at the excitement. It's just
yay.
Oh, yay. Yeah, okay.
Do you need pom-poms?
Yeah, well, that wouldn't hurt. Okay, there we go. Yeah,
Yay.
there. Okay, yeah. They are alive, they're just concentrating. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Now they're patronizing me. So that's the group, and they're a fun group. We have a lot of fun in those classes. Okay, so coming up. All right, this is important for those of you that are actually, and I don't believe anybody is, but in case you are, planning, setting time aside to watch our next Stephen and Walter live broadcast this Friday night. We've moved the time slot for this week, and probably this week only at the moment. We've moved it to Saturday night. Friday night, we're at the art gallery in Oshawa because it is RMG Fridays, which happens the first Friday of every month, and I do nutshell tours. Walter is a gallery attendant, so we will be there from about 6:30 until about 10 o'clock that night. So instead of doing our live broadcast on Friday night this week, we're going to do it on Saturday night, and it'll probably be in around about the same time, around 6 or 6:30, something like that. I hope we get more people. It's nice. We had about 17 at the height of it on live. It's probably the time that we're doing it at. I don't know, in Eastern time, that's probably Friday night. People are coming home from work, they're having dinner at that time, things like that. But I don't like to leave it too much later because other people, it may be really late for them in other parts of the world. And I have people from Australia watching it and things like that. So I'm sort of mindful of how the time changes. And also, quite frankly, it's a little late for us. By then, I might have had too much wine at that point, and heaven only knows what I'll say then. So, I know you might find that funny, but not going there. So anyways, our live broadcast has moved this week from Friday to Saturday night, around 6 or 6:30. So I hope you can tune in to watch it. And I don't know what we're going to talk about. I'll figure it out as the week goes by. All right, so the other thing is, next Monday, 1 week from today, we fly to London, Britain. Now, we don't fly out until about 9 o'clock Monday night. So I will still be able to get in my regular Monday vlog next Monday. But the Monday following that, I will still be in London. So, I am going to try to actually do a short vlog from London. I won't be able to probably do anything live because I probably won't have the bandwidth. The hotel we're staying in has Wi-Fi. But what the speed is, what the capacity is of it all, I have no idea. So there may or may not be a vlog on, that would be October 16th. We'll see. We don't come back until the 18th. So that's the Wednesday of that week. We'll be jet lagged. So I was thinking maybe I can get in, if I don't get a vlog in on that Monday, I might get in a special later edition vlog in the week. We'll see with that. So miss me. And I've talked about Stephen and Walter Live being moved to Saturday night. So, final note. Well, final note has to do with going to London as well. I do want to take some video of some of the places, and I'm hoping I might be able to do what I did when we were in Australia. I might be able to actually upload these videos every other day or something to my channel. So just make sure you've clicked the, if you're interested in seeing these, just make sure you've clicked on the notification bell. You know, that's wherever it is on here, and that will let you know when I have uploaded any new videos. So if I upload some videos from London, you'll get a notification of it and be able to see those. Okay. All right. So I can't think of anything else to talk about today. And as always, I thank you for watching my vlogs. They seem to be getting a little bit more popular. I seem to be getting more and more views each week, and that makes me happy because it means, like Sally Fields would say, you love me. You honestly love me. Okay, let's not go there. All right, it's time to end this because I'm just getting silly now, and this is really only coffee. All right, so have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.